legends untold, from first pop drop to the season's full. Tune in and watch the drama unfold.
You boys, what a game!
Wins the game.
What a play by Mitch Marner! Willie Nylander! Big Pappy has given the Leafs the lead! This time we're gonna finish the job!
It's official. Mitch Marner has officially been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, and in what has been the craziest last hour in NHL history, maybe regarding free agency, is the free agency hasn't even started yet, folks. Marner is traded. He's gone to Vegas. We have updates on Brad Marchand. We have the Leafs making more signings, including bringing back Steven Lorentz. Lorentz is back. We're going to break down that. It dropped seconds ago while this stream intro was playing. There is a million things that are going on here. This is the craziest thing. But, Darius, one thing we know for certain is Mitch Marner is a Vegas Golden Knight. We are waiting on the return. We will stay live until the return comes in. Then we're going to go ahead and make a video. Steven Lorentz, we can dive into that a little bit as well. He is officially signed with the Leafs. There's some interesting things surrounding Matthew Knies, which we'll cover probably more in depth in a video. But everybody, Darius, it's official. And the Mitch Marner, whatever you want to call it, is over. Everyone thought there at the end there that they might not get a sign and trade done. And then the floodgates absolutely open. Marner has been traded to Vegas and signed an 8x12.
For those of you who haven't been online in the last 5 minutes, this is mirroring 2016, where in 10 minutes, 3 of the biggest moves of all time happened. So in the last little while, if you haven't, been paying attention, Mitch Marner has been traded to Vegas. He signed a 8-year extension worth $12 million with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they have signed and traded him to the Vegas Golden Knights. We don't have word on a return yet. I would imagine it's Nicolas Waugh. Now, Brad Marchand has signed a 6-year deal, which takes him to 43 years old and over $5 million with the Florida Panthers. He's staying in Florida. They kept all 3. Absolutely insane. I can't believe that just happened. That's happened. Steven Lorentz has re-signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs for $1.3 million, which is a steal for what he brings to the lineup and the fact that the cap is going up. So glad that happened. Also, keep in mind, Steven Lorentz's deal is not 1 year this time. It is a 3-year deal for $1.3 million. So per year, very good. I don't even know if I'm forgetting anything else.
Pontus Holmberg was not extended a qualifying offer.
Pontus Holmberg, yes, thank you. So Pontus Holmberg doesn't look like he's returning to the Maple Leafs. The other thing I want to bring up here before we get into the nitty-gritty everything, there was a 5 p.m. deadline to extend qualifying offers to all RFAs, which are guys like obviously Nick Robertson, for example. The Maple Leafs have extended qualifying offers to Dennis Hildeby, Roni Horvinen, who left. I don't know why they did that, but I guess to keep his rights. Topi Niemela, who also left to keep his rights. Nicholas Robertson, so they're keeping his rights and they're keeping him. It could be a trade. And Villeneuve has also been, extended a qualifying offer. Now, the interesting thing here, remember how we covered yesterday that Matthew Knies signed that contract extension? That's not official yet. That contract is not registered. They also extended him a qualifying offer. They haven't officially re-signed Matt Knies yet. So keep that in mind, everyone. That's what's happening right now. That's the latest. We're still waiting for a return from Mitch Marner. I'm going to calm down a little bit. That's what's happening.
Yeah, it is.
Brad Marchand is staying in Florida, yes.
Yeah, Brad Marchand signed a 6 years, which is absolutely insanity. There's just a lot of craziness going on here. Just a lot of craziness happening.
Sorry to cut you off again, from Bob McKenzie, Nick Waugh is coming the other way for Mitch Marner. It is expected to be 1-for-1.
Okay. Wow.
Which is
stream is not starting soon. Okay, so 1-for-1.
1-for-1 Nick Waugh for Mitch Marner. Of course, guys, let's be realistic. Let's be logical about this. We know 1-for-1 Mitch Marner for Nick Waugh doesn't make any sense. It's the circumstance of the scenario, the situation. So
I like it.
I like it. I like it. You got your third line center. You got your third line center. Now you got your fourth liner back in Steven Lorentz.
Not
I like
bad.
it.
Nick Roy. So, folks, Nicholas Waugh for so it's Nick Waugh for Mitch Marner. You have Steven Lorentz coming in very, very hot as well with an extension.
Yep.
And boy, yeah, it is Nicholas Waugh. I mean, the Marner contract's not terrible. The Brad Marchand contract's a little bit crazy. You also have Evan Bouchard extending in Edmonton. I mean, it's a day. It is a day. Maybe Matthew Nyes, again, maybe
Logistics.
the Brewings, logistics, something bigger is brewing here. This is
I know why. The Leafs had to sign Mitch Marner
Correct.
first. If they had, okay, this makes sense, everybody, just looking at Puckpedia. They had to get this trade done first. So once the trade goes through, Matthew Nyes will be extended. That's what happened here. So they extended a qualifying offer at 5, that just to keep his rights. That makes sense. Okay, so you can only be 10% over the cap. So if they had Nyes and Marner signed at the same time, they would be well over overage right now. So that's what happened. As soon as they trade Marner, they'll sign Nyes officially. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry to panic, but that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah. So it is a 1-for-1 for Nicholas Waugh, which is very intriguing.
I also do want to say that the reason that this went through is because clearly, and I mean, like, the Maple Leafs must have had something on the Golden Knights here in terms of tampering, because there's reports, by the way, of the Leafs' last game in Vegas. Mitch Marner's parents were there, which I think is very odd. There's some people saying that was the case. Why would you go to a random game? Like maybe just to scope out where you'll be living, I guess, for the next little while. And to go back to last offseason, there was a trade in the works for Shea Theodore for Mitch Marner, and it didn't go through. And then at the trade deadline, it came out this morning, if anyone missed it, Elliot Friedman said at the trade deadline, Mitch Marner actually did waive his no movement clause to go to the Vegas Golden Knights. But unfortunately, some teams in the three-way, or a team involved in the 3-team deal, did not have the assets to make the trade work. So clearly he's been wanting to go to Vegas for a long time at this point, and he gets his wish. It's over, and the Maple Leafs have made the move.
Yep. They have absolutely made the move, and it is crazy. Now, also, NBA free agency opens in 30 minutes.
It's about to open as well. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Provorov stays in Columbus. Nick Roy has more playoff goals than Mitch Marner. Something to keep in mind there as well. He had 31 points, I believe, last year. He's a very solid third-line center. Maybe they play him second-line center and they move John Tavares down. Obviously, that's yet to be seen. And it is all over for people are saying Nyes signed now. We will check.
Nyes' signing is about to become official. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Jeez.
They sent him a qualifying offer to retain his rights after 5 p.m. today. But that contract extension that they agreed to will kick in as soon as Marner is traded officially, like the trade call goes through. Because you can't be that far over the cap in the offseason, which the Leafs would be with Marner. Because technically they've signed Marner first. They have less than $1 million in cap space.
And again, in case you are new, either to the stream or anything like that, it is a 1-for-1. Nicholas Waugh for Mitch Marner, according to Bob McKenzie. Still waiting on the finalized details of that. Also, if you're new here, hit the like button. Almost 1,000 view in here. Also hit the subscribe button. We'll be live again tomorrow for the when free agency breaks, which will be a little bit crazy. I actually love the Nicholas Waugh edition, which we will do have a video on probably very shortly here.
Yep. No, we're gonna have a video right after we're done here. Right after we are not live anymore. But yeah, pretty tidy work from Brad Tree. He's cooking. He's absolutely cooking. He got Lorentz done at the same time. He was definitely working hard today. But lots of stuff I like here. And again, the reason I think it's $12 million is because of the no state tax, right? That whole thing. Like if he signed in Florida, let's say, it probably would have been 12 too. The fact that Rantanen set the market as well in terms of what players are going to make at the same skill same caliber of skill. It's 12 million, no tax. It's about the same as if he was making like 15 million here or whatever it would work out to. They're all also making American dollars. Keep that in mind. But still, of course, with the tax and stuff where you'd have to pay here, it makes a difference. So.
Whoa.
There are some loopholes, but yeah, another deal.
I don't know. Maybe Josh was messing with me. Elliot Freeman said 2 players coming to Leafs. Double check.
We have more.
Maybe not.
Bob McKenzie is saying that he
1-for-1.
thinks it's 1-for-1. Yeah, that's what Bob McKenzie. I have to say, big fan considering the circumstance. Of course,
back?
if it was a regular, he's back. He comes out of the cabin around this time of year every year. And I appreciate that he's a goat. But I will say, obviously, Nick Waugh, if this was like a random Tuesday in the middle of the season, Mitch Marner for Nick Waugh makes no sense, of course. But given the circumstance and the fact that Mitch Marner is going to walk tomorrow for nothing, and the Leafs used, we'll call it leverage, since this is Leafs Digest, leverage the last little while. The fact that they're getting Nick Waugh here, I like, man. Nick Waugh is going to help. He's going to be that third line center. He has a lot of playoff goals. He's won a Stanley Cup. He's exactly the type that you need, that Swiss Army
They also
knife.
got Michelli, don't forget. They traded for Michelli.
Yes.
Steven, like, there is a lot of things to cover here. Folks, we are going to wrap up the stream here in a minute to go ahead and do the video, because we have a lot of videos to make here. We just wanted to keep the, the up-to-date news. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button right now. But we're going to have a video up in 10-ish minutes from now. There's 1,000 of you in here. So also hit the like button as well. All 1,000 of you, as soon as we drop the video, go and comment that you were from the stream. What's up, Prophet? It is Mitch Marner for Nicholas Waugh. As soon as the video drops, go and comment that you're from the stream. Let's see how many comments we can get in there. We're going to heart every single one of them. 1,100 of you in here. So hit the subscribe button if you are new. But we'll stay live for a couple more minutes and then go ahead and
Can you bring up the cap? I believe you have an image of it. Somebody's asking for the cap. I believe it doesn't change from this right now. If you go on Puckpedia right now, it actually says minus $1 million. That's because Mitch Marner's technically signed with the Leafs right now. Once the trade call goes through, it'll look something like this. So they have about 13 million. Actually, they just signed Lorentz to 1.3, so they'll probably have about $12 million left of cap space. So roughly 12 million right now. Brad Marchand's off the table, by the way. So they have $12 million with their entire defense core locked up and their goaltending. And they just got Michelli, right? So they're looking pretty good. Actually, it might be a bit less. This might not include Michelli.
It'll be interesting. Probably
it could be closer to 8 million. Yeah.
Which they still have money to figure out the rest of their team. Anji Apani, Anthony Beauvillier, players like that. But folks, we're going to go live. Thank you for the like spike. We're 5 likes away from 100. Every single one of you, we're going to have a video out in 10 minutes. Shorter stream, of course, but we wanted to get the information out. It is going to be a little bit crazy here, but we're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news. So go check out that video, and we will see you guys in a video in 10 minutes. Probably multiple videos dropping tonight, so stay tuned for that.
Leafs Digest, your daily dose of gold. Stories of the bold, where legends are told. From first pop drop to the season's full. Tune in and watch the drama unfold.